Well, I'm going to be setting up a new tropical aquarium because we had a big one that was in this space here. It's the same as that one, but we decided to get rid of it, and at the minute we've got some of the fish in a temporary tank, but the water needs changing and everything, so I quickly got hold of another tank, and we've got some fake plants. I've got a sieve to sieve the gravel. I need a sieve to sieve the gravel. Fake plants. I'm going to get some real ones, but for now the fake ones will do. A nice thermometer, so you can keep an eye on the temperature. More fake plants. That's just plant cleaner, but we'll need that later on. Some weights for the real plants. You got some gravel here. I chose black. I like black. And of course you got your tank. You do need a filter and an air pump. Well, I've already got an air pump, and this tank comes with a filter and a light. So we're all good there. Please note, this product now comes with an internal filter, not a back filter as shown. So we're all good and dandy there. So the first thing you need to do is obviously unpack your tank. And remember, before you put your gravel into your tank, you want to sieve it out. You want to wash it, get rid of any dust and dirt that was in it when it was in the factory. So you just want to put it in a sieve, give it a good sieving, give it a good wash with some water. Make sure you get all the dust and dirt out of it before you put it in your tank. That way you won't get a contaminated tank. Now, luckily for me, that one bag was plenty. Don't want to put any more in than that. That was lovely. Let's put this light. Look at that, much better. That was lovely. And it's all clean. Now you want to make sure that you put your tank in a place where that you want it, obviously, and make sure it's level, because you don't want your water lying at an angle or nothing like that. You want it to be level, don't you? So make sure it's level in the place that you want it. I don't want my tank there. I want to put it over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to half fill this one with the water from here, because I'll explain why in a minute. When this tank is gone, I will then slowly move this tank over to where I want it. But for now, just make sure you put your tank exactly where you want it, and make sure it's level. That's the main thing. Next, you want to add your thermometer, your filter, and some plants, decorations, anything you want to add. I'm not going to put all of mine in, because I'm going to put some in the other tank. I'm going to have a little play about yet after I've made the video. I'll have a little play about, but yeah, but just add some, add a few. Make it look how you want to look. Don't forget to add your air stone, which I'm going to do in a minute. So, air stone's added in the back there. Everything's in there, filters in. Temporarily I'm going to use that extension lead down there, because I'm going to get a nice one that comes up here, and like what I said when I've set it all up properly. But so none of that's plugged in yet, but obviously you don't want to plug it in until you get the water in there. So what you can do is you can put an upside down plate just on the gravel there, and when you tip your water in, you tip it on the plate, and it doesn't disperse any gravel or anything like that. It just fills the tank up nicely. So we're going to go and do that. I'm going to take some of the water out of this one, and then I'm going to mix some other water up, and we'll do it from there. Now, it's at this point when we've got most of it filled up. I know I said I was going to move it, but I've changed my plans. I'm going to move it another day. It's at this point that you want to mix up a little bit in the bucket, and add your buffer. Now you want a proper good pH buffer. I do mine at 7. I don't bother testing it. I've been keeping tropical fish for about 11 years now, and I've always used the same methods, and I've not had any issues. So just buy the pH 7. This is a good brand. It's the one I use, obviously. I need to get some more. But yeah, just follow the instructions. But it's fairly easy. Just mix up a little, however much. You normally do it on your last bucketful, but because this tank doesn't take a bucketful, I've left a bit in the bottom of the bucket, which I'm going to mix up my buffer in. Give it a stir, I use this for a stirrer. It's just a thing that I nicked out of the kitchen one day and I've used it ever since. So that's all you got to do. You get a little scooper in here where you're supposed to, I've taken mine out, but you get a little scooper and you're meant to scoop it out and use however many scoops it says, but I don't do that. I just tip it in because I see with my eyes how much I need. But if you're a beginner, follow the instructions properly, because you should. So let's mix some of that up, shall we? Alright, so we're mixing it up. I forgot to point out as well that when you're getting your water from the tap, you should have another temperature gauge, and you should measure the temperature. You should put it at the temperature of which you want it in the tank. I mean, mine's showing 27.2 at the moment because I don't measure mine. I just get it out the tap, feel it with my hands. If it feels okay, I put it in. It's a lovely job. But you should measure it if you're doing it properly. Measure it, get it to about 25 degrees for tropical fish. That's about right. But it'll settle down. You know, you've got the heater in the tank anyway. You know, all this kind of stuff, so it'll settle down, don't worry about it. So we're going to pour it in now. And there's the finished article. I know you can't see very well at the minute because I've got this daylight outside and it's coming in, but that light's not a bad light, and all these bubbles here, they will disperse. You know, after the tank's settled down, all the little air bubbles will disperse. That filter will quieten down. It's quite noisy at the minute. It's brand new. So yeah, I'm going to let it settle down for a bit. Because you should let it go. If it's a brand new tank and you haven't got any fish before, it's brand spanking new, yeah. You're supposed to wait about a week for everything to settle down, your pH to settle, everything to settle. But by adding some of the water from my other tank into here, what I've done is I've sort of done like a partial water change. That's what I've done. So all I've got to do is I've just got to let my filter settle down, everything settle, and then I can put my fish in there, and then that will be as good as dandy then.